The Haringey Guarantee, it's Haringey Council's flagship programme, if you want, in tackling worklessness, the high levels of unemployment in the borough. It's a guarantee in three parts. It's a guarantee to local employers that we can produce a local, trained, committed workforce. It's a guarantee to residents that when they come on the programme, they're going to get a high quality professional service that will do a proper assessment of their needs, their aspirations, their skills. The employers who have signed up to this will guarantee interviews. And it's also a guarantee that our partners will be of sufficiently high quality to deliver a good service to local residents.
In terms of our involvement within the Haringey Guarantee, our project was specifically set up to assist council service users. Whilst they're perhaps using library facilities, for instance at the Wood Green Library or at North Tottenham Customer Services Centre, it's really a nice way to actually capture the target group of people that we want to work with without actually providing something that's intimidating or institutionalised, really.
We have a lot of services set up within the library. So someone who wants career advice, depends on what age, we can actually send them to a number of services who are here on a Tuesday, or actually refer them for another day for another set of advice as well. We tend to just try and build a rapport with every client. So we're actually going to go through and do an assessment. So the first thing is to work out the kind of skills you have, your future plans, the sort of job you want, the hours you want, the wage you want. And it's actually just a one-to-one service that you'll be given.
We don't really see ourselves as an agency, it's more of a recruitment company, and I think we are a kind of a mixture between the private and the public, and we kind of bridge the two. What it does for us, because our focus has always been local jobs for local people and really kind of maximising benefit for local residents, this really does fit.
I went to see Stephen on the artwork branch in Wood Green. I went to see him and the other guys were working together. And I asked him if he got any job locally, because I just live around the corner. So Steve told me, yes, I got a job as a bartender. So he sent me up here for an interview. So I start as a bartender. Then the guy who was a bar manager here left after a couple of months. They proposed me the position as a bar manager. So I stepped in as a bar manager after 2 months. And then in July this year, the general manager here left as well. So from bar manager, they proposed me the position as a general manager. So I end up to be, from a bartender, I end up to be a general manager in 4 months. I'm now recruiting from Outwork, yeah. I'm recruiting my waiters, all my stuff. Everything I need, I take it from Outwork. I got my kitchen porter from them, I got my waiting staff from them. I found the service very good. First of all, it's free. Second of all, the person they send here, they're really decent person. But the benefit for me is I'm saving money on the recruitment. Second of all, they're local people, so they don't have to travel. They're here in the community, which is important. So it's a good year for them, a good year for me. The problem is not to lose your job or be without a job. The problem is all the motivation you're losing, your confidence in yourself, you know, on that stage. I think that's the good thing about the scheme with Haringey. They try to bring people off that situation and back to a normal standard for life.
We started the project by meeting with all the doctors, all the staff in the surgery, so that everyone was aware of what we were doing, the project, what its aims were, and who we were looking for. I'm on the surgery booking system, so I just turn up and I have my appointments already there, and if I'm seeing clients, I can book them in for whenever I need to book them in for. And people can self-refer as well. I mean, it's so open and easy.
If someone's been off work for a long time, they do need some help and support to get back, and it allows me to focus on the medical side of their problem whilst knowing that they're getting help with more practical stuff elsewhere.
We have had beneficiaries sign up with us who've been out of work for over 15 years. I mean, that's an enormous amount of time, an enormous amount has changed. We now have people in sustainable jobs, we've got people into training, we've got people volunteering, so it's definitely working.
school has the worst NEET figures in the whole of Haringey. So we identified 40 students that we thought in year 11 where there was a chance of them falling out of education and training. Most of the students are placed in College of FE. We've got a lot of students at Conel, at City in Islington and the new Haringey Sixth Form Centre.
I think you can put it in. The NEET project is all about the support that you give to students.
Expecting me today.
Turken had loads of problems with attendance while she was doing hair and beauty. Now she wants to go to college to do hairdressing. It's difficult to get her in because of her attendance, so she was actually refused. And I'm at a point now where I have to try and find something for her. Do you remember your grades that you got at your GCSEs? Okay, lovely. She's 16.
The plan is actually working really well. I think the parents have been very supportive. They realise that we want the best for the students, and we're getting to know that the first choice isn't always the right choice for the student. So we're continuing the support right through their first year of study.
How does that sound?
I'm so happy to know that I'm going to start a course.
Greg was actually, he actually came on the Prince's Trust programme as a client. We were looking for an assistant team leader. We thought that we'd bring him in on a trial basis, and it's really been very successful.
Just be able to wake up in the morning doing something with your life that you enjoy just gives it purpose. The placement taught me a lot as well, to tell you the truth. Building up my confidence, communication skills, and just generally just getting a good repertoire.
Greg has got a really nice way about him. You know, he's very pleasant and he's very polite and he's very well mannered.
Once you do have a job, especially one that you enjoy, you can really see the change around in your own personality.
Good morning, team.
But working with the kids is really a good experience. They're kind of, it's a hands-on experience, which I enjoy as well. I don't mind the office work as well, but I really enjoy interacting with the kids. Do you think you need to be polite? Are you going to be rude?
I think that Greg, he really is team leader material. He's an assistant team leader now, but I do believe that, you know, within time and within experience with guidance, he could be a team leader at the Prince's Trust, and then, you know, who knows for him what the future will hold.
Some you might see, don't forget that you're going to be there.
We have a programme called the Creche at Haringey, which is a level 2 qualification for young people living in the Haringey area to gain a qualification working with children and young people.
Zaynab, please. Thank you.
Zaynab was a real colourful character. She came in, she was a lone parent with 2 children, very, very determined. English isn't her first language, and she expressed that she'd possibly have some difficulty, and I kind of sort of, got maybe this was going to be too hard for her, and she just said, "Give me the test." And she completed her test, and they were actually scored quite high. We managed to place her in a nursery, and they've loved her.
I had my placement for 3 months here, and after the placement, I stayed here for a voluntary job. And now she gave me a job. She called me about, 2 weeks ago. 12! I was so happy. I feel like, I did a great job. That's why she called me back, saying, I was happy. I was happy.
At one point, the employer wanted to take her, but couldn't because she didn't have the level 3 qualification, which they require. And she still carried on her placement, doing really, really well. And the employer has now decided to pay for her to do a level 3 and has taken her on in full-time employment. So that's a real success.
Now I feel like, I got a job, and it's important. I have to get up in the morning and run after the bus and stuff like that. You feel like you're doing something in your life, which is great. That's a great idea, because it worked for me. So probably will work for anyone else.
Which one do you want? Okay.
And we're actually seeing results. In a year, we've got approaching 150 people into long-term jobs, not just something that lasts for a week or 2, but sustained jobs. The work placement scheme is working. That when we move people through the programme, we assess them as job ready, guarantee ready. The employers who have signed up to this will guarantee interviews, including here in the council, the biggest employer in the borough. We now have an agreement with our HR department and with all our services. If people come through the programme, apply for jobs, they will be shortlisted, they will be interviewed. So it's about increasing the numbers of local people who get local jobs. So we started with 6 projects, so we've now extended that from 3 wards to 12 wards. We're covering most of the borough, and we've increased the partnership. We now have 10 projects delivering it, and we're hoping this will grow. We think we've got a model that can be replicated in all our areas, similar to Haringey, and it can be run on a big scale.